All right.
There we go. There we go. Welcome
All
in.
right. You good to go?
I am.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Hello, gamers. Welcome to another episode of The Voices of Verra with myself, Nice Gaming, and no one. And of course, you, the Voices of Verra. We could not do this without you guys. Welcome on in. Today, we have a huge announcement. We have some fun plans. It's going to be a little bit off the fly, pretty much freestyle. So today, I am excited for us to announce that this will be our official guild announcement. This will be our official guild announcement. It's not something we always had in the plan per se, like set in stone, but it's something we've always wanted to do. We just never had a concrete like stream or announcement like this, right? And so it's really exciting. It's really exciting, and we wanted to do something different. We wanted to do something different. As you guys know, a favorite part of you guys' series and our guy or our I guess favorite kind of streams is the guild interviews. We love interviewing leaders of guilds and everything like that. And throughout the course of interviewing a lot of these guild leaders, you know, we've learned a lot, we've seen a lot, and yeah, we are going to do something different with our announcement here in that we're going to pretty much tried to develop pretty much the whole structure of this guild live, and we think this is going to be fun, something very different rather than saying, hey, we're going to recruit you, you should join us because XYZ. It's more so of what do you want, what would you like to do, would you do it this way? And I think that'll be a really fun thing. It's not going to be crazy chaotic like someone just throws something from left field like, hey, I think you guys should I don't know, force everyone to do Saturday meetings at 3 a.m. and then we just
Oh
write that down
boy.
like, all right, Saturdays, 3 a.m. We will do such a thing. So it's not gonna be that off the wall. There's obviously some sort of base structure, right? But yeah, it'll be something like that. And but yeah, we've interviewed a lot of fun guild leaders. Like Dolgy. Dolgy's in chat. He's a guild leader of the Dun Guild, the All Dwarf Guild. So yeah, we've had a lot of good talks with a lot of good people. And welcome on in, everybody. Zombies, Burn,
Yes, welcome
Stokely,
in.
Pocket. Appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah. To bounce off what Nice said, we've said this in the past, but we will say it again. Um, with Alpha 2 coming up, obviously Nice and I are very excited. Like just like everybody else is, we're really excited for Alpha 2. And this is a perfect time to do things when Alpha 2 goes live with the community. And it would be like when I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this, but when the game goes live, we're not sure exactly like what a guild structure will be, like exactly how many players we need, what we want to do, exactly like the routes we want to do, because we both have like 5 wives, 10 dogs, 3 cats, like all those sorts of things. And so, what better opportunity than Alpha 2 to figure that out and flesh those things out and like just test everything that exists that they want us to test, and you know work with the community that we've already built for over the last year, over a year of doing this so far. Nice.
Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy. Nerd. I can't believe you talked about a game that's not even out yet for over a year. What are you doing? So Maz Mundy on YouTube has a good question here. He says, what size are you aiming to make the guild? That is a good question. So um me and no one here, we pretty much try to keep things tight knit.
Make a DoorDash.
We're big,
Oh,
small scale
I did.
outnumbered PvP guys, but obviously
For some
that's not
reason I said
really
no because I thought
too applicable to the guild environment. So guild size right now, we're unsure. There's no like set number. We're gonna, try to gauge interest and stuff like that. It could be 100 players. If it's more than that, like right now, I don't foresee it being more than that. But we're not gonna be too gatekeepy either. It's a tough line to walk. But as far as a goal number, I don't want to put a cap on it right now, but if I had to guess, in a perfect world, we're looking at something like 100 people. I want it to be where not everyone is a number. And I don't want to speak for him, but that's kind of like my thing. I don't want everyone to be like a number. I want to be able to like, oh, that's so and so from blah blah. Not you. You filled out an application, so you're automatically accepted. I want to know that person. Like, what are they about? What do they usually talk about on Discord? What's their takes? What's their favorite archetype? I don't need to know everybody on a first name basis, and but I want to feel like you see that name, kind of how we have with our community. I see you guys' name in chat, like, oh, that's so and so. Welcome back in, stuff like that. So, guild size right now, I'd say without a crazy knowledge, let's say 100. Let's just say 100, but who knows? Who knows what that end number looks like until we get our hands on Alpha 2, see how the game functions and stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah, it's so with what they said that the current guild size last I heard is 50. So we'll have guild 1 and guild 2. We won't be going up to 14 guys. But um but yeah, it's the biggest, I think the biggest thing for me, Nice, and I don't want to speak for you on this either, is we're just going to be all on at different hours of the day testing different things.
Yeah.
And if we want to go test a dungeon, we want to go test this, and it requires 8 people, we want to be able to have 8 people. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are in the same boat. Like, you guys have been talking to a bunch of people already in chat every Tuesday. You guys have been talking to us every Tuesday for the last year. And it's just a really cool way to go about working with people you already kind of know. I'll be honest, guys, I can confidently say that how I act on this live stream is how I act as a guild member. Like, I'm mostly serious, and sometimes I just fuck around. Like, I'm not going to be one of those guys that's just going to lose their shit and whatever. It's like, we're there to test stuff. We're there to figure things out, and win or lose, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's just figuring shit out and providing input.
Correct. Pocket said if he ever gets to 100 viewers at a time, he'd do a hot tub stream. So guild size is 300. I was 300 the last number we got. I think 300 was the last number we got. 50 for Alpha 2. 50 for Alpha 2 initially, but yes. So let's see. A couple of like we can start discussing core principles and everything like that. First off, if you guys are interested in joining the guild, applying, or seeing what's what, we don't have like no formal PDF document or anything like that. Just join the Discord, tell us you're interested, or DM us, whatever the case may be. Welcome on in, everybody. And and see if it's for you, or maybe you watch this stream and try to like determine if it's for you. But I know we've had a lot of inquiries as to when are you guys going to set up a guild. And I know we took a long time, but hey, you guys are used to waiting. After I joined Genesis will be a partner guild. Genesis will be a partner guild. Dwarf Team 6. So did we not say this? Holy crap, I suck at announcing things, chat. I suck at announcing things. Yeah, guild. I said everything but the guild name, though I guess it is in the title. Else, I'm pretty sure I haven't said the guild name once, right? We're about to hit like 10 minutes in, and I haven't said the guild name once. So anyways, we are announcing the formation of the Syndicate Guild. Clan tag / guild tag will be SYN, like Sin. Little kind of double play there, which I think is cool. So yeah, it'll be Sin, Syndicate, whatever. But let's talk about goals / ideologies, and most of the stuff. Like I said, this is a live. This will be a live structure building, so I think this will be fun. Like, okay, what kind of guild are you going to be? How many different tiers is there going to be? Someone asked earlier, how many people? Stuff like that. So yeah, how funny is it that guilds have alliances already? You know what? It's honestly just funny that the game has guilds already, is it not? The fact, I mean, if you're like a hardcore guild, you guys played Albion together, you played every game together, and you guys just go from game to game. We are sinners. I love that. Sinners. That's what we're gonna call ourselves, sinners. Yeah, see, it's right in itself, man. Sinners. I like that. But yeah, it's funny that there's even guilds at all, and so it's kind of natural that guilds form alliances. Like, hey, we see you guys. We're gonna let you do your thing. We're gonna try not to attack you guys. Blah blah blah. Hopefully, it's not like the 5 biggest guilds are in an alliance together, because then that just makes for boring gameplay. No one else on the server has fun. There's no conflict, everything like that. Yeah, Sinners was a good shout, right? But yeah, so yeah, the syndicate, mercenary guild. Our loyalty lies within the pocketbook. So let's talk about that. And I can't stress this enough. I know I've said it twice technically, but this is literally a live guild building. Him and I literally came up with name, and we know each other enough to know what we kind of want out of everything. So we're literally going to do this conversation and bounce off each other live, and we would like input from you guys. So this will almost be like a guild interview of each other. Kind of. Does that make sense to you guys? So I think this will be fun. I think this will be fun. So I'm going to start off. So, no one, you're a officer, you're a leader of the syndicate guild.
Sure.
What
That's me.
kind of guild? What would be your identity? We've talked with pirate guilds, we've talked with dwarf guilds. There's an elf guild, mercenary guild, a trading guild. What would you say summarizes the syndicate guild? What would you want that to be?
So I would say that our primary focus would be PvP. I think that our primary focus would be around, especially as it pertains to Alpha 2, learning, learning combat, learning gear, like learning how things function, but mostly PvP based. But we're not going to be, both of us are, we're very rounded, like well rounded when it comes to MMORPGs. We both like to do PvE stuff. We both like to experience, oh my goodness. We both like to experience other stuff as well. So I'm looking at it from an Alpha 2 perspective. Like, we're literally going to test everything. Like, when they come out and there's like, hey guys, Tower of Carfin's up. We've added like 2 levels. Let's get in there. I want to
Yeah.
be able to get in there. And I want to have people that are capable of getting in there and working on things and testing stuff. But yeah, most of it is just based around just from an Alpha 2 perspective, PvP first, and then just everything else will also be done.
Nice, nice, nice. So, like, some core principle, I like what you said there. We're a little bit balanced. It's not like, oh, we're some sweaty PvPers and that's all we're about. No, we want to do all the content. We want to PvE, we want to PvP. We want to be able to like hit up some guild members and they're like, oh, nice is usually the tank. We got our tank. You know, no one's usually a rogue. We got enough people for that dungeon. Let's see if 3 more people are online, or maybe we recruit some randoms. Who knows what happens? Or you can just hit up guild chat like, hey, anybody on? Can you come help with this? Or hey, these guys from XYZ guild keeps raiding our caravans. Let's talk about this. Like, is it personal or is it just, these guys just having fun? Do we want to start a guild war? How bad was it? Did they
We'll start a
teabag
guild
you?
war.
How did that teabagging make you feel? Like, do we need to call the boys? Do you need backup? Like, how pissed off are you? We got your back. Yeah, and we're gonna need everything. Thank you for the follows. Appreciate you guys. Nephew
Oh,
says I'm a PvP heal bot with 20 years of MMO experience. A bit late. Oh, hey, a good tank loves a good healer. Thogby
I'll,
says, yeah, how would teabag by dwarves make you feel?
I would accept it, Thogly. I would accept it. I will also say this, nice, and this is something that I 100% fully believe. I can't stand dead weight.
Mm,
and I mean it in the sense of, if we lose, it's cool, right? If
yeah,
we lose, it's fine. I have no problem with losing and learning. I don't like outnumbering people. And so
yes,
what I would also say is the minute we get to a point to where we're doing content to where we're winning by just sheer numbers, that's just something that I don't want to participate in. And it's not,
yes,
we can still have a guild of 50 people, but if like we're doing whatever we're doing, if we're only encountering like 10 people at a time, we're going to split up and do different things, right? Where we don't want to just, we want to make sure everybody's having fun, but at the same time, we're not just those guys. Like we don't want to be
yes.
those guys.
Yes. That's we don't want to be what he's essentially saying is we don't want to be the big bad guys. We want to, the ones that's dominant. I know everyone, well, not everyone. A lot of people want to join the big guild because they want that comfort. They want that reliability. They want to be the
Yes.
one dominating the server. They want to have easy access to the dungeon whenever they want to. What we're trying to do is be for lack of a better term, the good guys. We want to be the ones that maybe we're mercenaries, and we could probably elaborate on that. Maybe we're the mercenary guild. You hire us because the big bad guild is you know, won't let you into the Tower of Carfin. They just keep
Exactly.
PKing you, and they own like three of the six metropolises. Metropolises,
Metropoli.
Metropoli, three of the Metropoli on the server. And we want to be we want to lead the rebellion. We want to be the rebellion. We want to be the ones that help people. Yeah, no, nobody. Yeah, it's just boring. Exactly, it's boring being in a large guild, a large
For us.
Zergan guild.
For us.
For us, and there's nothing wrong with being in that guild, right? That's a play style, and one could even argue it's more viable to be in these large guilds. There's nothing wrong with that because it's probably, in my opinion, it's going to be a large scale Zerg focused game, and that's just like a theory, right?
Mhm.
So if you want to win that node siege, and let's say a node siege is 250 versus 250, if your guild can front 150 of the members for that node war or that node siege themselves, and then you just got to worry about other random citizens coming in to help you. That's a big advantage. You got 150 people and one unorganized, chaotic Discord chat. You got a couple of shot callers. You got experienced guild leaders, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, yeah, so I don't know how you feel about this, but I know you're
I'm listening.
super, super, super into the economy,
Yeah.
like super you want to do your economy stuff. Me too. I want to find like a certain trade, and that's going to be my way of making gold. So, and you guys kind of like roll with us here. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm brainstorming. I want to I'm peeping chat, by the way. I am reading you guys in chat. I'm open to feedback. So what I'm thinking is, you have everybody in the guild, and what you want to do is avoid assigning people things like you have to be the blacksmith. Maybe this guy had his
Yeah.
character planned out for the last 18 years. He's been waiting on Ashes of Creation. It's been that long, right? It feels like it. Anyways, he's had his character planned out. He says, you know what? I am gonna be a Valoon um lumberjack. Like, that's my thing. No, a pirate lumberjack, because it just makes more sense. I'm gonna be a pirate lumberjack, and I'm
Sure.
all that's gonna be my artisan profession. I don't want to assign that. Like, no, we need more. So I'll be honest, chat. I'm trying so hard not to say the word. We need more miners,
Wow.
because out of context, it sounds so horrible. So we need more lumberjacks. I don't want to be the guy saying we need more lumberjacks in the guild. We have enough of the animal husbandry guys. We need more lumberjacks. No, you better not. But we need more of this. I want you to tell us what you're going to provide, and I want the roles to be split or not to be split, but to where we know what you're bringing. So we
Yeah.
got a lumberjack guy, we got a miner guy, we got we got a couple of animal husbandrists, we got a couple of hunters, and we pull these resources. And I don't want it to be like you got to pull everything, but hey, what are you contributing? Like,
Yeah.
so if I need XYZ crafted, then
We know
I know
who's
I
got
got
access.
somebody in the guild, right?
Yeah.
Somebody in the guild.
Sure.
Um, so we don't want to
The
assign the role that way. That's the way I would want to roll, and then that I think that in itself may help us control the economy. Have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, so coming from our background, guys, just so we explain things, just because like if we want to do like a 50-person guild and we're just not going to run 50 at that time, doesn't mean you guys can't. We can't split up and do eights and like 8 go one way and 8 go another way, or however many are online, right? The biggest thing that I've always experienced playing MMORPGs is the first couple of months when you're learning to play the game. It's going to take some time to figure out the combat, to figure
Yeah.
out things, and when you start dealing with outnumbered stuff and you get more comfortable dealing with it, it becomes a lot easier to do. And so like every single time, every MMO, like I mean, you can go back and like look at Nice and I in New World. We did the exact same
Yeah.
thing. It didn't go well for the first couple months, guys. Like it didn't go well. But once we got towards the end, like towards the end of when we stopped playing New World, it was like, okay, well, yeah, no, now we can compound this. And if we add 3, 4, 5 people, we're a problem for a lot of
Yeah.
guilds. And so that's how we're kind of approaching it. And so we don't want to do the outnumbered thing. We don't want to like, because that's where you get your learning curve at. And going off what you're talking about, guild stuff, nice. If people want to like do whatever crafting they want to do, that's cool. We'll just have to figure out what everybody has, and if we have to
Yeah.
outsource, we do you want to tell them about our allegiance that we had talked about having, um, so that we will have like resources in Alpha 2 as well from said alliance.
I have not.
We have an
Who?
alliance with another guild.
Oh yeah, I already said that. I already said that.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I had to step away, so I must have missed that. That's my bad.
Yeah. So we have other guilds that we'll be aligning with. Basically every guild that you ever seen on the show, they're our best friends, and we can't attack them. No, I'm kidding, chat. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But
Yeah,
yeah,
this is a Care
we
Bear
should be
guild,
having
guys.
we should be having a close alliance with the Genesis Guild, and there will likely be some more. I'm sure now that we have a guild, maybe some other guild leaders will reach out to us and say, "Hey, if you want to work with us, I'm sure some of those offers will come, through the DMs or something. If that's if that's how that works, I assume that's how that works. But yeah, so distribution of jobs, and I like what you said there with New World, because that's how we try to approach New World. Like, hey, you level up blacksmithing, you level up weaponsmithing, you do this, and then we can all be able to help each other. And that's in a perfect world, right, chat?
Yep,
That's in a perfect world. And yeah, and as we play Alpha 2, we're gonna know what makes the big money. We're gonna know what's the toughest things, and
exactly.
then there's like next levels to it, right? There's freeholds, there's guild freeholds. How many people in our guild have a freehold? How can I help more of our members get a freehold? That's another conversation. How's that gonna work? And to keep further elaborating on this, chat, another thing, because I'm just gonna be throwing random guild principles out there. Um, Another thing for me is something I don't want to see is something that some people may experience with content creator guilds. If you guys
Yeah,
didn't know, I do content sometimes.
yeah.
I know. Just I'll pause for the dramatic,
I posted a
realization.
video today, so I've done. I do
Oh,
content
awesome! Now
sometimes
you
too.
post content.
I post content sometimes
Oh,
too. Yeah,
you
yeah,
oh, this bro's posting videos.
yep,
Can I get some gasp in chat? But I don't want it to be like, oh, let me let me slave in the tabletop mountains for 8 hours so Mr. Nice gaming content creator has enough materials for his weapon. I don't want that kind of system. I want a system where everybody helps each other.
yeah,
If that makes sense, if you guys get what I'm saying, like I want everyone to contribute equally. And just there's a hierarchy, like, hey, oh bro, I don't mind helping you out, or maybe I put in some work. I remember one time I farmed on New World for like, I kid you not, 6 hours straight just hunting so I can get everybody some leather.
yep,
And but I digress. I just want it to be like everyone help each other. And I don't want it to be a dramatically unfair hierarchy. Does that make sense?
yes,
Um, Banhammer for 12 hours a day with no break. Hey, there's a 15-minute break during your 12-hour gaming shift.
yeah, yeah. We had the unions come in and they demanded that, so we'll make sure you guys
I,
get it.
I hate the Varen Union. These guys want like breaks and what, whatever.
Yeah.
We compromise.
So piggybacking off that real quick, nice. So the video I did today was off of Imperial City, and when Imperial City first came out, it had a really tough level up for getting new gear, and I was playing with like 4 or 5 friends at the time. And yeah, guys, I do videos and I have friends. That's crazy. But anyways, I was a Nightblade in the sewers, and if you remember that time period, nice, Nightblades had like a built-in advantage. Like they were,
Yeah.
what would you say, assholes in the sewers? Like they were dicks, and that's all it was.
Gankers.
Yeah, pretty much. And so I would run from sewer to sewer, and I would just collect Telvar because it was just so easy for me to do as a Nightblade. One of my other friends were Dragon Knights and Templars, and they just didn't have the same advantage I did, which is hiding like a bitch in cloak or in stealth. And so
Rogues. Mhm.
and so because of that, what I did is obviously like I supplemented my gear, but then I was able to help them. And so the entire point is our goal is to bring everybody up at the same, like,
Yes.
not like this is communism or anything, guys, but it's like, yeah, like if you guys if one of you guys is a top
Varen
tier, like
socialists.
if you're working towards being a blacksmith and you want to be a top tier blacksmith, that's going to help Nice and I, right? Like
Yes.
we have the best weapons then if you're a master crafter for blacksmithing. And so we obviously want you to have that because then it helps us. Same thing for any other craft like smithing or anything else that exists in as far as traits go. And so that's how I kind of view it, and a lot of what's going to exist in with how we view like Verra and Ashes of Creation is a lot of things will naturally be PvP or PvE based, which will be really fun, but then a lot of it will have incentives, and those incentives will drive like a lot of what we want to do to make gold and do other things as well, because we all want to advance our characters. Let's be honest, we're all a little selfish.
Yeah.
We want to have top tier gear, we want to do these things, and yeah, that's what we used to do in the sewers. It was, yeah, we're going to get a shit ton of PvP, but we're going to make money while doing it too. And it's a great time.
As you said that, what I thought about was it's kind of cool how some artisan skill lines lead into each other. So, I mean, the best example I could think of is like, especially when it comes to like the bottleneck of processing,
Yeah.
maybe like hunting and animal husbandry, like kind of just synergize so well to me, right? Maybe you don't want to do hunting and you want to do something else in animal husbandry, or maybe you need enough mounts to try to tame in order to progress in the animal husbandry. So now you got someone in the guild that's a master level or grandmaster level hunter. So
Mhm.
then he's getting these mounts to the animal. I don't know if it's going to be able to work like this, chat, but let's say you can basically we feed into each other and we help each other raise the correlating or complementary skill lines. I think that's something that's really cool with the guild
There,
structure. Um,
there's an important question in chat over here. They're asking if you're
yeah.
a furry. Nice.
Um, wow, you guys really put me on the spot
I mean,
here.
we were going to save that for next week's podcast, but I mean,
Uh, I mean, if there's no furry Talnar, I quit the game. If that answers your question, no, I'm playing. No, no. All Talnar should be burned, unless they're
wow.
scaly. I like this. I'm a scaly. I'm a scaly. But no, so I think that really threw me off track. I literally don't know what I was talking about. What was I talking
Perfect.
about?
Furry stuff. That's why the question was asked. Yep. HD says he had to think about it. He's a furry. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we finally got there. Nice. You finally admitted it. Welcome to the club.
It's progress.
Yep.
Progress. Step one is admitting it. So I literally don't know what I was gonna say.
You were talking about animal husbandry and combining that with one other thing, because they kind of go hand in hand with each other.
Yeah, it was something after that. Oh well, I don't remember.
Furry tendencies, I'm pretty sure.
Ick is yum. Yes. Will Syndicate be playing on the PvP server with the other PvP guilds? You know what? Every server's a PvP server, sir. But no, so that's a good question though. So essentially what I think they're asking is because I think a lot of guilds may be ducking other guilds. Like, oh, I don't want to be on the. Oh, by the way, guys, Syndicate is the name of the guild, but we were workshopping our original name of Envious 14, but DA like hit me with a strike and trademark stuff and stuff. So whatever. We just went with Syndicate, the backup name. But yeah.
Unbelievable. Now you could say
So
we're
yeah,
envious.
Envious 14 is no longer. But yeah, so as far as like I see a lot of guilds or a lot of people rather saying like, "Oh, I'm going to avoid the envious server. Oh, I'm not going to be on the same server as this guild or et cetera, et cetera." And I'm like,
We want all
I
the
think it's
smoke.
better to yeah, exactly. You want all the smoke. I tell you what, you guys, if your guild leader is going out now, if it just happens to lead out that way, I'm not saying don't choose your server until you know where the biggest guild is gonna choose their server. But if you're going out your way to avoid another guild or avoid another guild, then you need to question your guild leader. If they're going that hard to avoid another guild,
In a PVX game
because
too.
they don't want the smoke. Yeah, like you don't want conflict. You want
Oh,
you want an easy path. I don't know, man. Something's wrong with that picture.
Can I be honest with you, Nice? My entire thought on what server we're on is based off of the proximity to where I live. So however good my performance will be.
That makes sense. That's fair.
Like,
we said I just don't want to be on Asmon's server.
Fair.
It's a little bit different of a plan. I won't knock you for that one. But if it's just to avoid like a specific guild.
Yeah.
Like if Thogli and his dwarf guild went out their way to avoid the server with the all Tallnar guild because they're afraid of them and or there's a lot of them, then it's like, come on, have some faith, right? Welcome on in, everybody. So yeah, I'm thinking a lot of mercenary stuff. So we already talked about economy, mercenary stuff. So if you guys don't know of me previously before Ashes of Creation, both of us, we love outnumbered PvP. We are
Yeah.
we are go-to PvPers. Like that's our thing. Do a little bit of everything, but definitely dabble in the PvP, right?
Yep.
Um, kind of along the lines of that, Ashes of Creation is a PvX game. You've even heard the developers just straight up refer to it as an open world PvP game. So PvP is a big part of it, and it's a big part of us. We want to maybe try to find a way to make a profit with that. Make a profit with that, and by which I mean being a mercenary guild. If you're a small guild, or if you're a small group of friends, and your level 3 node is being sieged, and there's just not a lot of people signed up. There's only like 30 people in your, maybe you have a guild of 50, 20 to 30 of them show up like, hey, nice, I could really use your help. Can you guys in the syndicate, can you and the syndicate come help us? And we're able to like help them out with like 50 members, right? Say we're able to help them with 50 members and be able to win the that node war, that node siege for them just by helping them out or helping them at a world boss. This other guild's been bullying them for the right price, of course. We'll help them. Stop bullying for the right price. Like, that's good. So let's say I don't know how the economy works, so I don't know what numbers make sense, but let's just say 200,000 gold is a lot. And that guild, they saved a lot from trading and running mayoral caravans or whatever the case may be, and they're willing to pay us 200k gold to come help them out. Guess what? That's going to be like 50 to 100k inside the guild bank so we can use it to fund our war. That's going to be however many members show up. They're going to get a portion of that. Just for being a member of the guild, you might get a portion of it, even if you don't show up, depending on how active you are. And just making decisions like that and being a mercenary for hire is just so fun. I think one of the most lucrative and constant reoccurring game loops is going to be caravan runs. Like, you need caravan protection, dude, you can hire us. And that's something people can do on an individual level too, right? But if you want to like come to the guild and like maybe Syndicate is known for having like the best PvPers, you do us, especially depending on how far the caravan run is.
Yeah.
500, no, 2,000 gold for there and back. You pay half of it up front, half once it gets there. Or you pay 5k up front. We give you 2k of it back once we get it there safely, or I don't know,
Yeah.
however it makes more sense.
Yeah. Nice. You already know that I really want to do some caravan stuff.
Keep talking real quick. My dog is wanting to go outside real quick. I'll be right back, chat.
Yeah. So I did, when the caravan live stream came out, I did like 3 or 4 straight videos talking about caravan PvP and risk versus reward. It's something I'm very interested in doing. I'll be completely honest with you guys. PvP is always fun, but incentive-based PvP where you get rewarded for being good at stuff is just better. It's just better. You get the same amount of success and failure, but you also get rewarded for being good at something. And so doing caravan stuff and basically like hiring ourselves out to make gold and participate in PvP is something that I would want to do as well. The more caravan based PvP, the more node PvP, guild PvP that I can do, the happier I will be. But if we can also make money doing it so that we all can buy the gear we need, buy potions, do whatever else we want to do. Because some of you guys, you're not as PvP oriented as me, but you could use the gold that we make or the glint in order to work towards a freehold or do stuff like that. And so that's the type of stuff that I want to do. I want to do incentive-based stuff. And so if we can get a system set up to where we can contract ourselves out to do caravan runs and to be successful at it and be really good to where people know like, hey, if we hire these guys, it's going to happen. They're really good at this. Like we will pay the premium because we want this delivered. Then that'd be really cool.
Yeah. Vertec in chat says Guild War target acquired. How you doing, Vertec? And that's another thing with the caravan escorts I was just talking about. Let's say you have Vertec who's like, "Man, I'm tired of these guys raiding my caravan." He hits us up, escort, caravan run successful, we get paid. Like, I
Yep.
think stuff like that, like player initiated systems and like I guess you would even say role play, like little mercenary or bounty hunter role play situations will be really good. How many members do you anticipate Syndicate to have? Right now, we're looking at 100, but who knows? It depends on how much interest we get. If it's like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of you that want to join, then I mean, maybe we do that. Uh,
Yeah.
Something else I was just thinking about as we were talking about, maybe doing some mercenary work. Um, I was actually thinking because us being like PvP veterans or whatever, once we get good at the game, right? Once we
It may
get
take a little
good
while.
and know what we're doing, it's
Yeah.
gonna take a little while, right? But once we get to that level, I'm thinking the guild itself, we do like some. I think part of the recruitment process, or just part of joining, is you got to do a boot camp. I think PvP boot camp just as a service to members would be really good. To where like you join, or let's say you don't like PvP or you struggle in PvP, and that don't even got to be your role in the guild, but let's say you could use some work. We take time, sit with you one on one, get some duels in, get some practice in. Um, and I hate using this term, but I'm gonna say, how you doing? Welcome on in. I hate using this term, but else, especially if we're gonna do some small scale stuff against some larger groups. Let's say we get us an 8-man group. You know what we're gonna have to practice?
Yeah.
Ball groups. If that could be, if how are we gonna coordinate?
Yep. A
We
lot of
get eight.
practice.
There's gonna be group duels eventually. We get a group of 8 of us against another group of 8 of us, and we time our burst. Like, all right, 3, 2, 1, immobilize. All right, CC on me. Everybody drop it. 3, 2, 1. Like timing that so you can take out enemy teams. A good shot caller is so valuable when it comes to outnumbered PvP or games like this. And that's the thing, chat. And it's not a perfect world, because guess what? That's gonna be practice for us or other officers or whoever's going to be the shot caller, whoever is the knowledgeable PvP person. It's going to be like it's going to be practice for them. Like, okay, dang, I probably should have called that out. My bad. Oh, I probably shouldn't have rushed us in there that quick. And that's going to be what we're going to need in this game. You just posted a video today on PVX. It's not going to be as simple as running a PvP ball group, right? Because you're gonna need a shot caller that can run. Like, okay, there's a group of 12 enemies right there. There's only 6 of us, but I think we can do it. We practice for this. Immobilize. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, everybody drop your meteors. 3, 2, 1. I need a tank. I need 2 walls right here. I need 2 tank walls right here while we recover. Bard, where's that speed buff? I told you to have that speed buff up. Come on, let's go. And you just doing these call outs. But guess what? After that PvP interaction's done, why are you doing this PvP interaction? Because you're trying to get in that dungeon. Now, what happens when you're in that dungeon? You need to be a PVX shot caller. All right, this boss does XYZ mechanic. Get ready to block. 3, 2, 1. You're gonna have to be able to like transition between both. So we're gonna be looking for people that can PVX, like do a little bit of both. So I think that's something important to acknowledge as well.
Yeah. There's a huge
That's gonna be
difference.
good practice.
There's a huge difference between solo, small scale outnumbered PvP and like teamwork based PvP. And
Hmm.
I want to do all of it just the same way as we were in New World, same thing we were in ESO. Like I'd like to do outnumbered. I don't care if the outnumbered is by myself or with 10 people. That's just what I like to do. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm in the same boat you are. I agree with you on this. Nice. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a lot of fun
Yeah.
to figure stuff out, and yeah, especially for Alpha 2. It's just there's gonna be so much stuff out there. It'll be fun to like you said. Okay, we now have 4 people. Let's fight another group of 4, because sometimes in New
Hmm.
World things would die down a little bit, and we just do 3v3s and 4v4s, and practice off each other, and we just had that experience right then and there. And so it'd be cool to have that capability also.
Well said. Well said. Um, you shadow says, "Am I able to talk in the Discord?" You should be able to. You should just have to react to something in the rules channel or something like that, and you should be able to join. Gupak said something pretty cool here. He said you gotta do 4v8 for practice. That's real. That's real.
Yeah.
Even if you, I was talking about that recently. Like even if you lose, practicing outnumbered fights is so fun because you
Yeah.
get a little bit closer to winning each time, right? Like, oh dang, you actually took one of us out that time, or oh, you got the health flow, or hey, you just survived really long that time. Really good job. You really used your line of sight well. I used to do that in New World, literally just 1v2 duels, and like, oh, it was so fun, especially when you won the outnumbered fight with the odds against you. It was so cool, man. Um, Omner said, "Do you guys think there will be door unlock needs when in the dungeon to prevent running directly into PvP?"
Uh, I don't
Door
know.
locks. Oh, you mean like it gets sectioned off, like no one can like interrupt you during that boss fight, kind of? Let us duel without corruption involved. I think the lawless zones will be our source for dueling without corruption involved until they get dueling in the game. I'm editing a video right now talking about I bring up the lack of dueling at the start of Alpha 2. But we will have the corruption zone. If there's like a spawn point in the lawless zone where you die, there's probably gonna be a couple, but let's say you die, you respawn here, and you just instantly respawn and you step out the shrine. I imagine there's gonna be a lot of people just dueling outside of the shrine. It's not the most perfect thing, but yeah, I'm with you. I wish we could just do like straight up duels like that. But yeah. No, like you
Yeah.
have certain parts of the dungeon to achieve. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
not positive
so
to
they
progress further.
yeah, so they hinted at rogues potentially being able to find chests and stuff. I don't know if there's other doors that will be unlocked by rogues in the same way. Well, I guess that's going to be some stuff that we'll have to find out. But yeah,
Yeah.
possibly they've hinted at
Yeah,
that
possibly.
being like an already rogue capability. So we'll see.
Dude, like I'm just like I don't know. Like Pocket said, understanding the status effects will be huge. Knowing what your teammate debuffs look
Yeah.
like will allow players to capitalize on damage. Dude, if I find me a good cleric or a good bard to roll with, oh, it just makes a huge difference. Like I don't know. I'm just picturing me like running a group, whether it's like a fair fight or an outnumbered fight, and just like I like what the tank looks like thus far in Ashes of Courage. It may need a little work from what I'm hearing, but right now it's looking pretty fun with like the chain and the guard ability. But just being outnumbered and like being able to shot call or do something for my group with that tank wall, so we could just have basically portable line of sight. I think that's going to be so cool. I think that's going to be so cool, man.
Yeah.
Like running into a tower or running into like a building and putting a tank wall up at the entrance and then buying time. Like, all right, guys, as soon as this wall expires, I want you guys to push out 3, 2, 1. Like, it's just gonna be it's just gonna be fun PvP if they do it right. It just really is.
Yeah, that the incentivization I think will be there. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time to figure out exactly what we want to do. Especially, I mean, we already know what's coming Alpha 2. It'll be a good time to test everything and figure stuff out. And the more people we have testing and excited about stuff, the more stuff we figure out. Like, hey, guys, this condition is OP as shit. Like just letting you know that this status condition is really freaking strong. And so being
Yeah.
able to have people that can test that's what the way my ESO Discord was nice. I'm sure you noticed that also. Is just we had people that were able to bounce stuff off of each other. Like, hey, like this
Yeah.
is what we're noticing. And it's really something that I also want in Ashes. It's something that I think
Mhm.
is a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. We're gonna be bouncing off ideas, just building the meta, theory crafting the meta, or what's best, what works best for you. Let me try that. I just saw Thogly's comment from earlier. He said, "Keep me in the loop, and I may help you guys get some 1vx content." Let's
Ah,
go. Like if I won
Thogly's the
VX,
man.
if I won VX 4 dwarfs, that's like a
That's a
1v2, right?
1v1. That's a 1v1.
Oh, okay, okay.
Well, I guess it depends. Like, are you a Tolnar or what are you, Kalar?
Oh, true, true, true. But also these principles will carry over to the open sea. So how we're gonna like, have people pay us to escort caravans that can carry over to obviously escorting stuff out in the open seas, which is a corruption-free PvP zone. So
Yep.
there's stuff like that. There's a lot of plans. I think most of the goals that I'm thinking about right now involves like mercenary guild vibes. And we'll iron out the details, but you guys get the gist of that already. We talked about economic stuff.
Yep.
Everyone really maximizing the artisan skill tree and what they are allowing to help each other. Uh, we're gonna try to do land grab. As we're not going to go too hardcore, but I mean, obviously, we want a lot of us to have freeholds.
Yeah.
But something I want to go ahead and pivot to now is you touched on this earlier, actually.
Uh-oh.
IRL stuff, IRL stuff. So I'm a dad.
Oh,
I
yes,
got a
yes.
I got a I got a whole family. Um, Elsa and I both have twins. Uh, Probably not together, but we each have twins,
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
and pure coincidence. It's so if you guys hear him talking about his twins and me talking about my twins, just don't try to connect dots, okay?
I
But
think
anyways,
I think our twins are the same age too, aren't they?
they really are. Yeah,
It's
they are.
so goofy. Like I just don't understand. Like congratulations on having, fornication the same time I did. Or,
Yes,
you
yes.
know.
You finished first though. Made a
Yeah.
record show.
Well, of course I did. Of course I did. Always finish first.
Uh, but
Okay.
talking about IRL stuff, something that's important for me, something that's important for me is IRL balance. So
Yeah.
there's guilds that call themselves, oh, we're a hardcore guild, or oh, we're a casual guild, and we're a role play guild. And a lot of you guys' questions may be, where does syndicate fall with that? Thank you for much. Yeah, I have that sentence up. Thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate that. Oh, Ryan, appreciate that. Um, where do we fall with that? And my goal is to never feel like someone has a second job.
Yeah.
So, and everything I'm about to say is like literally virtually can be copy pasted to him as well. But dad, husband, content creator, so editing
Furry.
videos, streaming, and just a gamer, right? You
Yeah.
have all these going on already, and then you add running a guild or being in a guild to that schedule, to that mix. Oh, did I mention a job? Because job, good old 9 to 5, whatever. Um, so you add all these things. I'm a pretty busy person. Free time's limited. Of course, unless Ashes of Creation it just blows up, and then I can just quit my job and do this full time. Surely that'll happen. Yeah, that'll happen. Yeah, it'll happen. Anyways, so I gotta do this job until Ashes of Creation comes out, right? So
Yeah.
you factor in all this stuff. Where does that fall in with you guys? So my thing is, I don't want IRL to ever be infringed on. I'm not gonna be messaging you because you missed one guild meeting. I'm not gonna be like, bro, where were you for that world boss? I'm calling you on Discord while you're at work. Or while your wife's yelling in the background, like, come back to bed, honey. Nice needs me. Nice needs me. So I mean, obviously, there's a balance, right? There's a
Yeah.
balance. Like, obviously, we want you to do your part. We want you to show up for things, but you're never gonna be like to the point where it's just like, oh, you missed one guild meeting. Where were you? And you're kicked out the guild. You'd have to be like literally absent without telling no one what you got going on or something like that for it to like come to that point.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like we're understanding because I mean we're adults, you know. Sometimes people take a break or something happens, but it's more of a you get in what you put in kind of thing at the same time. So we're understanding, but at the same time, that person that I see like always online, always putting stuff in the guild bank. Always, I see them always crafting for members. I see them always doing this or
Yeah.
available for the raid, helping people out, responding to the LFGs. That will pay off, but at the same time, you know, just know that we're an adult guild. We, expectations. I think I kind of laid them out. You guys kind of get what I'm saying. So there's
Yeah.
expectations, but we're understanding.
Yeah, to piggyback off that also is all nice. Like this is how I've always approached things, and I talked to Nice about this in the past, so I'm not thrusting this upon him. Just, we're moving on. We're moving on. But like how I run my Discord, and I think how you run your Discord as well, Nice, is you conduct your business and you bring in people that you would think would conduct business in the same way that you would. You think, and the entire point of view is like, hey, this is who we are. Like, as long as you do that and let us know. Like, we in an ideal world, we want to have multiple leaders to be able to facilitate. Like, imagine it more like a military style leadership situation, to where
Hmm.
when somebody is out, the next person steps up. And so
Yes.
we want to be on when we're on. We want to be competitive. We want to do these things. It's just, I'm not, like Nice said, we're not going to demand you guys be on 24/7. We're not going to demand you give us your cell phone numbers and we're texting you to hop on and do goofy shit like that. Like we're not going to do that. But in an ideal world, we would want to have a handful of people that would approach a situation and be like, hey, this person, like this guild over here has been attacking us over here. We're going to go to war with them. I'm going to tell Nice later, like, hey, these guys were doing this. That we think you would have gone to war, so we're going to go to war. And then, we get relayed info when we hop on after, petting our 10 dogs and seeing our 5 wives and whatever. And we're like, all right, cool. That's exactly what we would have done. Whatever. We want to be able to provide that autonomy to where, like, we just are a well-oiled machine regardless of whoever is calling the shots. We just need more people to call the shots eventually.
Yes, yes, yes. Um, and yeah, so we will be looking for officers, or some of you may get moved and promoted up to an officer, depending on how active you are in the Discord. Because I mean, we can't gauge in-game stuff, but maybe that stuff happens, at launch of the game, et cetera, et cetera. Unless you're already like really well known around the community,
Yeah.
we'll gauge all that later. But yeah, Squirrel, I just saw your comment. Of course, yes, we can take questions, of course. And yeah, and at this time, if you guys have any questions, I did see a lot of good comments and a lot of good questions in chat that we didn't get a chance to get to. So if you want to retype that, I apologize. But if you have like a specific question that I didn't get to, feel free to ask that. Yeah, Lucy. Yeah, hey, a good cleric with the unstoppable tank. I'm just saying, we're gonna win the war of attrition.
I'll kill stuff for you
I hope
guys.
I hope they play tank. I hope they play tank this next
Uh,
stream.
uh,
We haven't seen a tank skill tree or their active skills in a while.
I'll kill
Well,
stuff for
ever.
you guys.
Yes.
Will the game actually release? I believe it will. Alpha 2 is coming out in a month.
Yeah.
So we're getting the guild set up for Alpha 2. Alpha 2 testing. Obviously the game's not finalized, but a lot of people in the community are a part of Alpha 2. And so we want
Yeah.
to like let people know, like, hey, we are doing a guild. You guys hang out with us every Tuesday anyways. Why don't we hang out every Tuesday in game? And why don't we go kill shit? And why don't we go figure stuff out and chop down trees and learn what they have in the game together?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. That brings me to something else I wanted to discuss that a lot of you are probably wondering. So here's my thing.
Uh-oh.
I've seen how a lot of guilds handle game launches, right? My thing is, chat, I know there's gonna be guilds out there that hit the ground running, and that is okay. I think that is smart. That this is not me saying that's bad. What I'm telling you guys, and this may be controversial, some of you may like this, and some of you may be turned off about this. So listen to this. Listen to this. Okay. We are a guild. We want to be successful, but
Wow.
I think the number one priority should be fun. I know, crazy, but let me finish. Let me finish. I think the number one priority should be fun. So I don't want you guys. You can if you want to, but I'm not gonna be in a Discord call at Alpha 2 launch with 50 of you guys. I want everyone to experience the game. I want everyone to get immersed. If you want to be in a chat by yourself, if you just want to explore the world, if you want to take your time, if you want to like really build your character, if you want to spend 5 hours in a character creator, do that. We are not going to be sitting in a Discord chat. I'm not going to take all the leaked information that my PI friends give me and tell you the most optimal way to level up to level whatever as fast as possible. We're not doing
Yeah.
that. Like, hey, I need everybody over here at 6 o'clock. We're going to do this. We need to compete right now. We need to, no. We are going to have fun. We're going to, everyone play. And once you're done, once you got your immersion, once you are satisfied and you want to slow down, then yeah, let's link up.
Holy
Hey,
shit.
what'd you level? Oh, you're a fighter? Oh, cool. I'm a cleric. Let's link up. Hey, can you help me with this quest? Then, but I don't want I don't want to just hit the ground and you guys get what I'm saying? I want you to
Real I'm sorry. I am
yeah.
so sorry, Nice. I was trying to wait, but it happened again. I was just gifted 12 gifted subs in on Twitch from Six and Blap. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Allie.
Let's go.
Hey,
You're
thank you
invited to
guys.
the guild.
Yeah.
They're
Oh yeah.
invited to the guild.
Yeah. They're already in the guild. It's a done deal. You guys can pay to get in. I promise.
Yes,
Just
yes.
grease my hands. But go on with what you're saying. Sorry about that.
Oh no, no, that was perfect. That was literally it. Thanks, Blap and Six. You guys are awesome. But yeah, I
Yeah.
want to prioritize the fun. I don't want you guys having to feel like you have to sit in the chat. Now, don't get me wrong. This is a group focused game. If you want to hit level 5 or 6, you got used to your character, your keybinds, and then you want to link up. Yes, because I mean, I think that's probably gonna be best, especially if I roll tank. I'm gonna want to hit level. I don't know how it works, chat, but let's say level 8 to 10. I'm like, all right, cool. I need to start being able to like get through these certain POIs. Who's ready? Who's online? Let's link up. Let's do some group play. But what I'm trying to stress is that you don't need to come out the gate,
Yeah.
you know, like I want you guys to have fun. Like I said, I'll say it once again, this ain't a second job. The priority
Yeah.
number one is fun. We are not I've said it. I sound like a broken
So
record, but you guys
so
get it.
to piggyback off that, nice, and I'll say it in a different way. We're about fun, guys. No, no. So the way the game is built is we don't have to land rush, like run out there right away and
Mhm.
take something. Can we do that? Absolutely. If you guys want to take some Adderall. I'm not actually advising this. I'm just saying, like, if you want to be up for 48 hours and grind and attempt to do that, I, more power to you. But
Syndicate promotes drug use, yes.
but my perspective on this is, because this game nodes can rise and fall, it really doesn't matter. The only time you lose in this game forever is when you quit the game. And so if it takes us a little bit longer, like we're figuring stuff out, we're figuring out where to go, we're figuring out
Yes.
exactly what to do, and we're slowly moving forward, we'll get there eventually. Like we'll get there at some point. We don't need to be the first one out of the gate to have a tier 5 node. We can be the first one to knock that node down, though. We can absolutely do that. And so that's the type of stuff we need to look at. Is this game, with the way it's designed, is just because they start up top first doesn't mean that they stay there. And so,
Yes.
yeah, we'll figure out your stuff, figure out what you want to do. Like we'll work together on things, and we'll figure shit out, and it's going to be a good time.
May arrive last, but when it's all said and done, we're gonna be ahead of them. There'll be it's pointless to go full try hard in October with all the wipes, and taking land from someone is better than a land rush anyway. True, because you get to take your time and pretty much end up where they rush to get to. So yeah, I work 12-hour days, 4 to 6 days a week, so that sounds amazing. But that seventh day, that's ours. That 7th day is mine.
That's right.
That ain't no family day. That ain't no day off. You working for the syndicate? Yay, yay. Who
Yeah.
plays games for fun? I know, right? I know, right?
Yeah,
But
there's
yeah,
just no need for that stuff, in my opinion. Not in this game.
some stuff we'll work out the kinks, like how many we got to see what guild. I think it's phase 2. They start getting more of the guild systems online, so who knows what's in place right now as far as how they let you do some custom stuff and the guild structure and customization. But yeah, logo is not final. I made that today. If somebody in the community wants to make us a better logo, I'll be open to it. But that's the logo we'll have for now. It's literally placeholder, chat. Literally placeholder. Something simple, just quick placeholder. Guild tags, like I said, will be SYN. I like what I think Trent said earlier with calling us the sinners. But yeah, Syndicate Guild.
Yeah.
Um,
And the big thing is,
Squirrels.
guys. Oh,
Okay.
go ahead.
Oh no, Squirrel said, does the effects of stat dampening apply solely to enemy players, or would it apply to both players and open world monsters? Example, if a corrupted player receives 5% reduced damage upon a PK, do monsters, bounty hunters, and combatants receive benefits of doing additional? Yes. So if you take more damage, or if you have 5% stat damage, basically yes. Short answer is yes. If you take 5% less damage, more damage, excuse me, then yes, people will just do 5% more damage to you. So yeah, it's a global debuff to NPCs and from NPCs and players as alike. Yeah. Everyone has to wear purple like the Syndicate in New World. You know what? We haven't really. We think guild colors right now is yellow and black, but we're open to it. But no, it's not. No, it ain't gonna be purple. Nah, not like that. Nah, I'm doing everything wrong in Alpha 2 Phase 1 just to get it over with. I feel that. It's nerf for nothing. Everybody better pull 48-hour days. Yes, we gotta put the work in.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when you're applying, make sure you let me know if you have no job, no family, if you got nothing going on, because we will expedite you to the top list. No, but yeah, I mean, the hope in the perfect world is that we have a balance. I mean, you obviously want most people in the same time zone for when it's big things like a node siege, right? But it'll be really cool having a balance of people that, like, say, are overseas, so they're up when you're asleep, or they work grave shifts, so they're up when you sleep, or vice versa. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Where to apply? I tell you what, we're so unorganized right now.
It'll be in our
Just
Discord.
join. Yeah, it'll be in our Discord. I'll tell you what, in the Voices of Vera Discord. Oh, that's what I was gonna say earlier before you distract me with your furry nonsense. I'm glad that happened.
Oh,
But it's in the Voices of Vera Discord. There'll be a guild chat. It should be visible now. I think I'll double check, but just mention us or DM us in there, and we'll handle it from there. But what I was gonna say earlier is it was important for us to separate, because the easiest thing to do would have been to name the guild Voices of Vera, because I think it's cool. I just love the name. And it'll be the VOV Discord. Um, okay, Arctic will put something up tonight for invites. Okay, bet. There we go.
sure.
But it'll be so easy to just do Voices of Vera, the VOV Guild, VOV Discord. But we felt it was easier, not easier, because actually it's more difficult. We felt it would be better to have the Voices of Vera separate from the guild, especially in name. So that way that community is like separate, if that makes sense. So like if you're already in a guild, you don't feel guilty for hanging out, because it's not the syndicate podcast or the syndicate show. It's something separate. So that way if
Yeah.
you're in another guild, the content creation and the guild thing is a little bit separate, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
um yeah, two separate things. So we felt like the name being different was a good call.
The other thing too, to piggyback off this, guys, is um we're just trying to like we've talked about this before. People have asked us over the last year of doing this podcast, like, are you going to do a guild? And our stance has been, when the game goes live, we're not sure like how big the guild is. We're not sure what we'll need, because we've already, like, we like to do outnumbered PvP. We like to fight like those are the types of challenging fights we want to have, but we don't know what the guild bonuses are. We don't know what types of capabilities this game will employ, and this is a perfect opportunity to basically test everything, right? Like if we're all in Discord and we're all part, like in Syndicate in the Discord, we can, when they provide guild bonuses, we can go, hey, like we're going to make Syndicate 1 through 14, and we're going to do like different amounts of people in each one and see what the bonuses are, and like compare them and like see what the
Yeah.
pros and cons of each one are. This entire period is figuring this stuff out. And
Yes.
so it's really cool. We get to figure out combat of the different archetypes. We get to bounce the ideas off each other. We get to go and test out content. We get to figure out like what size guild we all want to be a part of. And so if you guys, I think all that is really cool. And I think figuring that stuff out is something we'll know more when the game goes live, but it's doing this part to figure that out. That's really fun.
And you know what? This is one of the few guilds you can probably argue is, or even loosely, like a democracy, right? We literally just talked about this and came up with most of the stuff live with you guys' input. So, like, if you have any feedback, any questions, feel free to shoot it to us, like now or in Discord.
Excuse me.
Like, we're pretty open. We're doing this as we go. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. I
LIV
have
Life
one
and
wife,
Verra.
no kids, and I'll have to get 3 to 4 days off each 8 days if I'm ready. Avoid the jobless with no family types. They'll play all day, but the baggage will come. I feel it. When you say tag, do you mean we have to do our names like yeah. Like pretty much how everything is. I typed in the AOC Discord with my tag today. It's like the bracket, and then you just do SYN close bracket or whatever. And then your name, yeah.
Yeah.
We out here. But yeah, guild powers, that'll be something that we don't know about right now, right? Because if you guys remember, there's gonna be guild powers, like people of a certain rank in a guild can get like benefits. So like one rank may get 5% crit, another rank may get 3% damage done. How does that work out, right? Like, how do we determine who gets to that bonus? How do we determine where we put that bonus? What's the better? Is the large guild structure better than the small guild structure? Should we make sure that we stay under a certain amount? Are we just going to split off into Syndicate 1, Syndicate 2? Stuff like that. Like he just said, we're gonna have to just kind of wait and see and kind of go with the vibes on how we distribute everything. But yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it'll be so cool to have a guild freehold. And it's just like a hangout spot. We're just all chilling out there, just really deep.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think we'll get a lot of information, and a lot of you guys in Alpha 2, you'll have an idea for what kind of guild you'll want too long term. Like,
Yes.
oh yeah, like yeah, it's really cool running around with 50 people, but I want to be part of 10.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Oh,
I don't like this that much.
yes. Dude, I'm glad you said that because like my goal is for us to be known as like maybe this. We're not the biggest, deepest guild on the server, right? But like you see our clan tag, you see our guild tag, and it's like, oh, they're with the syndicate guild, like leave them alone, or like, hey, it's just for those guys. And I know there's 8 of us, y'all, but that's the syndicate guild. Like those guys are some
Yeah.
badasses. Like those dudes are probably really coordinated. Don't mess with them. Like I want that to be the rep. I want that to be the rep. That's the goal. I want that name to ring bells.
Speak.
Like, no, we don't own every metropolis. No, we don't dominate this. We don't. But when you see us, hey, it's business.
I'm gonna send something to you real quick. Nice. I actually got this message this weekend.
Okay.
But yeah. So it says it's from one of my friends, but they said, did I ever tell you back when I ran with Ebonheart Pact, there was a standing leave is there no one else alone order. No one ever listened, but it was there. That's basically what he's talking about. Like I haven't played ESO in like 2 years or over a year now. And one of my friends like, hey, by the way, like there was a faction wide thing that said, hey, leave you alone because you're just going to kite around trees and be annoying and pick people off. And they have better things to do. And it's like, yeah.
Yes, that's awesome. See, I want that to be the rep. Like, yeah, we'll eventually kill them because there's more than us, but they take so long to kill. They're so coordinated. It's just like, let's just go do other things. So yeah, like I'm excited. Throughout the course of this stream, like my copium tank refilled. Like, and that makes me happy, obviously. But like, I think doing this guild thing added another layer and another thing for me to look forward to with you guys. So now I'm even more excited, right? So that's really cool. No better feeling than being in a respected guild. Yes, 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 yes. So I tell you what, let's call this one here a little short. We're about a minute, a minute, an hour and 10. So that way, if someone watches this back later, they kind of get all their information condensed or whatever. But yeah, make sure you guys, I got it pinned in both chats. Make sure you guys make sure you guys join the Discords. Join the Discord, that is. So yeah, that'll be awesome. Let's see. Who is live? Let's see.
Yeah, feel free to join, guys. Like we said, quick summation. We want to do everything. Obviously, we'll be more combat focused in general. That'll be our number one priority. But we want to I want to learn everything. Like
yes.
Economy is my number 2 thing. I really like if I can fund my warring, then that's what I want to do. And so figuring out the best way to do that is also important. So whether that's doing trials or whatever is important. So even if you guys don't want to join, feel free to join that. Like the conversations Nice and I have every Tuesday, we have in our Discord every week, every day. And yes. sometimes you just got to unplug from that too. No, I'm just kidding.
So we are going to raid over to Jamie.
You raid Jamie?
Yeah, he's doing some Warhammer. That game really does look like Gears of War.
So back to game.
Here, and I know Jamie's trying to make partners, so I tell you what, guys, 1 second. Because apparently it doesn't count raid. I think he's got the numbers anyway. I mean, hell, right now he's at 95, so he'll be fine in that sense. But I know it counts more it counts more towards his numbers if you like click this link. I'll paste the link here in chat if you guys want to just follow it that way so it counts towards his numbers better. But we are gonna rate him as well. But once again, Syndicate Guild, we will be happy to have you. Just hit us up. If you We don't have a formal application, but I think Arctic will be working on that. If you know what you don't have to know what archetype you're gonna for sure play, blah blah blah. But if you got a plan, we'll figure all that stuff out. Just talk to us in Discord, and
Yeah.
yeah,
My goal is to play
I'll
everything.
probably
I want to play everything.
yeah. Tank fighter. It's got to be tank or fighter, but the Rangers, dude, I want to play the Rangers simply because of airstrike. That skill is so sexy, but
Yeah.
fighter looks so good. But I hope they do right by the tank, because if they do right by the tank, then that's gonna be all me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into this guild announcement. I hope it enticed some of you, and even those of you that are already committed to a guild, I hope that you at least found it interesting. Like, oh, maybe if I would have found you guys first, or if you guys didn't like take your sweet ass time, I would have joined. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and yeah, hopefully, hope to grow the syndicate with you guys,
Yep.
and hope you guys become some dirty little sinners. But yeah.
All right.
Here, let me set the raid up. I should have been did that, but I'm new
Oh,
to Twitch, so
I'm like 10 seconds away, so I'm gonna be ready now. We're heading
Mine's
over there,
too.
guys. All right, see ya.
All right, you guys. See ya. Peace.
Escape.
Good.
For these.
And let's go.